Chapter 3. The Mercenary's Bride. Hoya slinked up to Joom. "I think you frightened her, friend." Joom shot him a side-eye and a frown. "Maybe." He smiled, remembering her frightened retreat. "I did well enough. I like her," he grimaced. Hoya raised an eyebrow. "Ah, nothing says romance like chasing a girl into the shadows and making her bolt like a spooked rabbit." Joom smiled, unbothered by Hoya's comment. "Women like a little fear. It blooms into respect, and then, when she sees what I can do for her, love." Hoya considered. He knew better than to argue. Having some kind of affection is important in these matters. Joom grunted, rubbing his chin and thinking aloud. "I'll rarely be in the capital. She doesn't have to like me. But tying ourselves to her guild? That boosts guild syphis. It's honor, it's income," he shrugged. "She could give me some fat heirs, maybe even continue to work in her family guild." Hoya tisked and rolled his eyes in a way that irritated Joom. "There's a problem, of course. Well, two." He counted on his fingers. "She is contracted to Tassos. We could buy her out. Second, she has a considerable dowry. She's an expensive bride." Joom shot Hoya a burning glance. "The girl has no place in a mercenary guild. She's a little rabbit with dreams of glory. She'll end up dead in some stinking puddle, I know that. And so does her mother." He gestured at Fatia across the room. "So, you expect Fatia Sano to simply gift you the girl, to save her from herself?" Hoya glanced from Joom to Fatia and back, then examined his nails. "Optimistic, but not impossible. I have a plan."
Outside the pavilion, Drei paused by a fountain. Her fists were clenched by her sides, and she forced her breath to steady. A breeze ruffled her hair and cooled her cheeks. Joom had frightened her, and she wasn't used to being frightened. Excuse me, Drei?" a man's voice asked from behind. Drei turned, surprised to see the slender Clan Akawan boy. He approached cautiously, a gentle smile on his lips. "If I'm not seen talking to you, my mother will tear my hide," he said by way of apology. Drei relaxed. "Mine too," she agreed, then paused. Mine would tear my hide." He smiled, ignoring her missteps. "I'm Tyvan." He extended a hand, palm up. Drei placed hers in his, and he bowed, pressing his forehead to the back of her hand. Not a kiss, just respect. After Joom's performance, the difference mattered. "I'm honoured, Tyvan." Drei completed the small ceremony and glanced toward the exit. A member of Guild Sano watched, ensuring etiquette was followed. "It seems promises have been made," Drei whispered. Tyvan straightened and met her eyes. He nodded solemnly. "You know," she said, unsure how to continue, "I'm contracted to Tassos." "Your mother believes you'll forfeit it," he whispered, apologetic. Drei shook her head. "Ridiculous! Tyvan, could you love a woman in a mercenary guild?" "No," he said softly, sadly, "but only because I love another." "Then we are aligned in our need to see this fail," she said quietly. "We are, but I won't dishonour you with a baseless rejection. Please, don't do the same to me." His hand almost touched her shoulder, but instead brushed a lock of hair from her face before returning to his side. Drei laughed softly. "Honour in this world only moves me further from what I want."
She rocked back slightly, teetering as if she might fall into the fountain. Tyvan caught her before she went in, his body against hers. He whispered in her ear, "Honour, in any world, is valuable, Drei. Don't be in a rush to discard what may save you later." He set her upright and dropped to one knee. He proclaimed, "Forgive me, Drei. I couldn't let you fall." Drei fought the urge to laugh. She hadn't been this close to truly falling in years. Still, it made for good theatre. Drei extended a hand to his head, continuing the performance. "Rise, sir. Your actions saved me. Please accept my gratitude. Tyvan stood, eyes on hers as he rose. Give me time, Drei. I will help us both. Drei could only nod. Thank you. This is enough time together, I think, for a first encounter. He extended his hand again. Drei dropped hers into it, and again he pressed his forehead to the back of her hand. He straightened and turned. Until next time, Drei Sano. Tyvan added real affection to her name that made Drei smile despite herself.
Serid watched the two young people below, observing body language, ensuring proper behavior. His focus was on Drei. He noted the artificial loss of balance, the catch on Tyvan's part, the extended embrace. He smiled broadly. Little minx. He could hardly believe she was doing so well. Her mother will be overjoyed. Serid spun on his heel and rushed to Fatia to report Drei's obvious success. Hoya watched Fatia Sano walk to the edge of the party and quickly listened to a whispered report from a Sano attendant. The information seemed to please the woman, as she lingered at the edge of the party, smiling to herself. Hoya approached. Fatia Sano, he greeted with a slight bow. I am Hoya, second of the Sifis Mercenary Guild. Your daughter has recently come to our attention. Fatia frowned, turning partly away. No, I have no interest in letting that girl continue as a soldier. The word rotted in her mouth. No, my lady, you misunderstand. My guildmaster, the esteemed Joom Kirk, wishes to wed her. The woman turned back toward him, eyebrow raised. He continued. Lady Sano, you won't find a man more tested by steel and fire than Joom Kirk. He's not only undefeated in the ring, but commands loyalty like a banner in the wind. Your daughter would have strength, legacy, and no shortage of gold at her side. Point him out, Fatia asked, intrigued. Hoya frowned slightly, then gestured in the direction of Joom. There is the ugly lump. That's not a lump, that's an entire avalanche, Fatia laughed. He's too old, a beast in party clothes. I would never give my daughter to someone like him. I have far better options. Hoya nodded. He was ready for this. Lady, your daughter herself is unrefined. Did I not see her earlier, face bruised like a two-coin harbor whore? Fatia shot Hoya a look, aghast. Her hand went to her heart. Before she could speak, Hoya continued. We both know that stubborn girl will never forfeit her contract with Tesos. Her future is death in a stinking village miles away. Fatia backed up, shocked, nearly ready to scream. Unless you help me, madam, Hoya pleaded, sincere and kind. I can help dissolve her mercenary contract. Quietly, Joom can make her happy, or at the very least safe. Joom would appear only twice a year, perhaps, enough to honor the union and ensure a legacy. The rest of the time, your daughter remains here, safe, under your eye. Fatia stepped away, staggered from Hoya's argument. She remembered Drei's face, her hands, and began to seriously consider his words. It was true. Drei would have to willingly forfeit. Fatia remembered the news she had just heard, her daughter pretending to fall into the fountain to seduce Tyvan. She will forfeit. Get out of my sight, she spat, stepping forward and past Hoya. Hoya bowed to her retreating form, then turned, shoulders slumped, mind already drafting his apology.